What people are calling the end of MK1. So last month, Final Combat happened, and this is the last competitive world championship tournament for MK1. Crazy, by the way. But this video isn't gonna be shitting on MK1 the whole time, because obviously I have some things and opinions here to say. Yeah, not like that other video though. But it's more likely to just comment on what everybody else is saying, and basically MK1's future, quote unquote, or NRS's next project. So back to Final Combat. Let's talk about it. In terms of gameplay, I'll say it wasn't bad at all. There was a decent amount of character variety there. There was a couple of hype moments, I'm not gonna lie to you. An example would be Gur in Faisal's set. Not only was it very high level, there was a pretty hype moment that Gur did with the sand clone. Actually insane.
Can no longer break, and Gur, he smells blood. Okay, he's stuck. What do you do from full screen? This is not normally something. He's walking him down!
Nah, don't even lie. That was kind of sick, and you know it was. I say the hypest player there, that has to be Lavender Rain. Hats off to Lavender Rain. He put on a show. I need you guys to look at this Ermac cancel pressure into this crazy fatal blow convert. You gotta see this.
Aerial shenanigans from the Farah. Got some hit advantage with the down one. What can he do with it? Super plus unblock.
Oh, the double cancel was crazy, Aqua.
He's loading up the souls. He's getting crazy with it up in his face. And he finds a hit.
Oh my God!
Insane conversion.
Bro. Did you see that? Hey, yo, someone get that man an apron, because this nigga is cooking! Let me apologize on my behalf and your ears' behalf. But yeah, the gameplay of Final Combat overall was very solid. The tournament ended with Scorpion Prox taking the dub over Kanimani in Grand Finals. Of course, big shouts out and congratulations to Scorpion Prox on his dub in World Finals. Also, congratulations for Kanimani making it all the way to Grand Finals and World Finals and being a great sport about it. Back to Scorpion Prox real quick before we move on. Let me guys show you a tweet from my boy BDD. Scorpion Prox said in front of Ed Boon, who presented him the trophy, by the way, that he never liked this game. If by some crazy way you've never given Scorpion Prox respect, you definitely gotta give it to him now, bro. That is insane. Like I'm saying, man, the competitive aspect of it was enjoyable. Now let's get into what wasn't enjoyable. The real problem of this Final Combat. And yes, a lot of you expected this. Obviously, there's a section for it in this YouTube video, but a lot of you, I know you were expecting me to talk about this. So let's talk about this. The production. That easily has to be the worst produced world finals for a gaming tournament I've ever seen. I was talking about this in my boy Anna's Bananas stream, and I told him I saw worse, and then he said, no, show me right now a world's finals that was produced worse than that. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of stuck. I can't. Now, I heard about the conditions, about the building, how there was a leak in the roof, how literal rubble was falling on ketchup and mustard. Yes, literal rubble was falling on ketchup and mustard, but I feel like in this certain moment, I'd be more qualified to speak from the perspective of the viewer, because that's what I was. First off, I don't even know where to start with all of the production issues. So you know what? I'm gonna pull up Foxy Grandpa's tweet. So here's what the NRS legend had to say. That was the single worst produced event I think I've ever seen. Audio desyncs / terrible audio levels, wrong audio channels, blue and black screens, wrong names, wrong scoreboards, multiple crashes, changing the top 8 bracket multiple times, not enough words on Twitter. Far from exaggeration, by the way, there were some times where you were watching a match and the stream would just turn blue or black. I'm so serious.
Armor has been the issue. But did you see it? Sonic Fox went for the Madden Bow drink. You can't be drinking. There's that helping hand in front of you. Now,
if you think that's bad, check out this clip where ketchup and mustard are on stream and the production is playing the wrong commentary language.
Impresionante. Es que chicos, nada más. Nos estamos dando una probadita
If I haven't said it 1,000 times in this video, I will say it 1,001 times. This is the World Finals for this game, by the way. We can talk about the game itself, MK1, but the players played this game all year round to qualify for this spot for Final Combat. They did all of that, and this is the main takeaway from Final Combat. We remember Final Combat 2025 being the worst produced gaming event ever. It is not only unfair, but a slap in the face to the players. And also a slap in the face to the commentators too, who did an amazing job the entire weekend. What I feel like makes this a little worse is that the official Mortal Kombat 1 Twitter said absolutely nothing about the production issues. Kind of making it seem like they don't really care. You know, the game's not gonna have any more DLC. It's probably not gonna get another patch soon. They're already working on their new project. Like, just who cares how the final World Tournament Finals looks? Who cares how it comes out? That's not gonna reflect bad on our company or our community. Totally. Hey, bro, and I'm gonna do something I don't do often. I'm actually gonna praise MK11. Dude, MK11 had a way better ending than this. Now, obviously, not everything's gonna compare to EVO, but if we compare this year's Final Combat and last year's Final Combat, last year, was produced better by a landslide. So definitely with that information, definitely everybody's ready to move on from this game and try something else. But then saying all that, I say that brings up the question, what now for MK1? As I just said, a lot of people are dropping MK1 to play other games, and to put my own 2 cents on it, me as well. Now, you guys know I like this game because I like making interesting combinations and trying to optimize as much as possible. And while I did feel a little challenged trying to go for the combos, that just doesn't make the game fun for me anymore. That's just my opinion. So instead, now I'm playing more MKX and more Fatal Fury. Now, to make something clear, just because I'm saying the reason why I don't like MK1, if you still like playing MK1, by all means, keep playing. Guys, this used to be a DNF dual channel. If someone's shitting on your fighting game, that doesn't mean you stop playing it. Especially if there are people in your fighting games community, still throwing tournaments or exhibitions. For example, check out Rips Arena. Rips is one of, if not the most active in the NRS community. Not only the main man Rips himself bring great vibes, Rips runs 2v2s, exhibitions, single tournaments, special tournaments. Plus, Rips is a great commentator, and every other commentator he has co-host his tournaments with him. His synergy is insane. Plus, you will not have to worry about any production issues because the visual production of Rips Arena on his Twitch channel is top tier. Now, don't get me wrong, I know MK1 being in better hands of the community than the developers itself says a lot, but it also says a lot about how much Rip cares about the community. And this is why I say to anyone who still plays MK1, support Rips, drop Rips a follow, play in the tournament, get to know people. You maybe find a new training partner. But to wrap up everything, MK1 has had a shaky journey over these last 2 years, especially with this last Final Combat. And even though we saw some great things from the players at Final Combat, we just can't help but to just notice that terrible production. And because of that being World Finals from the official NetherRealm Studios, yeah, that's gonna reflect bad on the game. And while it seems like this is the end and nobody cares, it's nice to know that there are people in the community who do actually care. But you know what? Enough from me. What do you guys think? I'm really curious to know. Do you think MK1's come to an end? What are your opinions about Final Combat? Shoot, let me know in the comments. But always, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. This will probably be the last MK1 related video I upload, and I don't really know about this one because this is like a commentary video, and if anything comes up into the future, I would like to address it. As I stated earlier, I have dropped MK1, so gameplay wise, there will be no more MK1 gameplay on this channel anymore. Now I will be focusing on MKX and Fatal Fury. I say here's to the future of the channel. However, I will thank MK1 because MK1 has definitely boosted my channel throughout these 2 years, and that's something I will always be thankful for, along with you guys. Thank you guys for watching.